Hello. I'm surrounded by animals. You probably hear Kip purring on my lap. But today I'm gonna wrap up my summer goals and talk about my end of the year goals. Ugh, I know I put my summer goals up really late, so you're probably like, wow, we just did this, and we kind of did. It was like 2 months ago, but it feels like it was last week. Summer went by so fast. So fast. And I always say that the end of the year, like July on, last half of the year, so fast. It always goes by so fast. And now that holiday season is like upon us, it's just gonna fly by. So anyway, let's get into the summer goals and we'll then get into the end of the year goals. Oh, so crazy to me. Also, if I'm talking funny, it's because I have an inflamed taste bud. I get these like a few times a year and I have to like talk around it. So it's not an accent. Why do you guys do this? Okay, I'm gonna go through these summer goals in like no particular order, just the order that I wrote them in my bullet journal. Okay, the first thing I said is that I wanted to do one group meetup a month. I did do this, maybe not for July, but for August and September, but not through meetup.com. So I said that I did want to do some like meetups, which I might do more in the winter. I don't know, we'll see. But I ended up making a friend, funny enough. I'll tell you like this little story because I think it's just funny. I have made some of my better guy friends through Hinge dates. I met a guy last year who we don't really see each other anymore because he lives in Madison, but I met a guy through there that like we were like really good friends through most of last winter. And then this year, just now in, I think it would have been August, I went on one coffee like meetup with this guy. We were like, hey, not feeling the romantic vibes, but let's be friends. And now we're like really good friends and we see each other multiple times a month. And he has a lot of friends. He's more of an extrovert, bless his heart. So he's had a lot of like dinner parties. I've had little parties and there's like group things. I never thought that would happen, so thank you, universe. I did do some friendship spells and rituals. What was it, probably like August or September? I forget when. Maybe that helped. Anyway, not the point. I did like my group meetups, which was nice. The 5 minutes before bed cleaning has been sporadic. I've still mostly stuck to it. I need to get back on it and do it like every day, but I've done it a lot. I need to like figure out how to track me like actually doing it, but not an app, because app habit trackers have not been working for me. Maybe the bullet journal, I don't know. I just need to get a little bit more back in the habit than I was, but I do it multiple times a week, if not every day. As far as figuring out a more consistent cleaning schedule, I've kind of worked this out, not totally officially, but in my witchy nature, I pay very close attention to the moon cycles now, especially the full and new moon. I tend to do stuff for the full and new moon. It's every 2 weeks. And so I've done some of my big cleaning tasks on the full and new moon naturally. So now it's kind of just a part of my cleaning schedule and I'm sort of basing it all around that now. Freaking genius. So yeah, because on full and new moons, I always want to clean both energetically and physically. So mopping the floors is on the full and new moon, doing a complete change of my cat litter. I scoop it every day, but complete change of the cat litter is on the full and new moon, washing bed sheets, some of those things. I wash down my doors and my windows and like re-protect it, and I do all my like rewarding and everything after that too. So that's kind of a schedule too. Now if I do like a deep conditioner on my hair, I scrub out my bathtub. That's about once a week. So based around other events, I've sort of figured out a cleaning schedule that's working so far. As far as the work thing with the ACT class and the ACT book that I mentioned, still have not finished the book. I know. I did finish the class, but there's some extras I want to go back and do. So I did the main part of the class, but then this class had like extra modules, and I actually need to go back and do it like sooner rather than later, because I think I only probably have like 4 to 8 more weeks left of the class being available to me, but there's like these extra added modules to each course that I'm going back and doing as well. So I'm not making that a goal for the fall, like, or not the fall, but like the last half of the year, but I will be doing it. Or did I make that a goal? Maybe I lied to you. No, I did make that a goal. Anyway, we're not getting to that. I did say that I wanted to do a ritual, like a witchy ritual for Mebon. I mentioned that I was kind of like skipping Lammas and Lunasa because I don't really like Lammas and Lunasa, and I stand by that. But Mebon, I don't really call it that. I call it the equinox. The autumn equinox, bomb. I think it's one of my new faves. I felt it so deeply this year. Like I'm getting back into my like witchcraft more in the last like month or so, month and a half. I did some like, there were some really good full and new moons recently, like some super moons and stuff, which was really awesome. And then the equinox happened and I did a ton of stuff for that. And then I also had a fall equinox party with some friends. So on the actual equinox, I made like an apple crisp syrup and I did some like spell stuff, and that was really fun. And then we had this like fall gathering. The day of fall here in Chicago was like beautiful, the equinox. It was like perfect fall temperatures had rolled in and perfect fall weather, and it was just amazing. I've been burning my fall candles. It's just been really great. So I'm feeling the fall energy for sure. So the Mabon ritual, amazing. I do think I'm gonna have better luck with the dark half of the year with my rituals, to be honest. Then as far as lifting, I said I wanted to lift 2 to 3 times a week, shoot for 3. I mostly shot for 3. Right here at the end, the last couple of weeks, I've actually been taking a break from it. One, because I got a tattoo, and you don't wanna be near unclean, like, gym equipment when you have a fresh wound. But also I've just been a little bit burnt out from it. I still can't quite figure out how I wanna make it work. I do really love lifting, but there's pros and cons to any time that I wanna go, whether it's before work and at the beginning of my day, during the work week, during the weekend. Like, I want to go on the weekend because it's less busy, but then I don't want to go because I have other things that I'm doing, and I've been like doing more social things like I've mentioned, and sometimes I just want to rest during the weekend. And then I also want to integrate other things besides lifting. Like, I want to get back into yoga, and I also want to be like hiking more, especially in the fall, and like just spending more time outside. So when I do get back to it, I think I will just be shooting for 2 days a week. 2 days a week I can usually reliably do. So I'm gonna shoot more for that, and then trying to integrate 1 day of just other movement, like walks, hikes, yoga, swimming maybe, any of that that's not lifting. Even though I love lifting, but like I get kind of all or nothing with it, and just, yeah, I don't know. I'm very conflicted about my workout schedule because I want like the strength and the muscles and all of that, but like I don't necessarily want to give up other things for the gym schedule like I used to. Again, getting ahead of myself with my actual goals. Shooting for 8 hours of sleep, I get very, very, very close. So I did get a new Fitbit, which I think helps slightly. I don't feel like I'm waking up out of dreams quite as much, so that is helpful. I mentioned that last time that I was waking up out of dreams a lot, and then the last month, maybe just a couple of weeks actually, I've had this Fitbit, and this has a smart alarm on it that will wake you up within half an hour of your wake up time before, if you fall into a like light sleep or whatever, then it wakes you up instead of not out of REM, which is nice. So I average, according to my Fitbit, between usually like 7.5 to almost exactly 8 hours a week, like for my weekly average. So that's not per day, that's on average. But I'm kind of shooting more for the average anyway. But I would like to get it closer to 8. And then get between like 8 and 9 for my average, more often than not. I don't know, I feel like on most work days I more closely hit 7, and then the weekends I more closely hit 9. I don't know, I don't really want that. I want to hit more reliably 8. I don't know how to make that happen though. And then as far as social media detox days, hit and miss. I definitely feel like I'm doing more social things, so I'm not sitting on my phone necessarily all day, but there are some days when I do sit on it. But I have been, especially in the last month, reading way more. I read like 7 or 8 books in September, and that wasn't happening so much. So I do think it's happened, but full detoxes haven't always happened, but probably at least 2 weeks out of the month they do. So not too bad. Okay, let's now get into end of the year goals. Again, these are just random based on how I wrote them down. The first one is to finish hanging art. In August, I got a bunch of art from a Oddities and Curiosities Expo that was here in Chicago. It's actually a national touring thing, so look for it in your area as well if you're in the United States. But I got like 7 art pieces, and I've gotten frames for a few of them now. I just need to hang them up. And I also have a plan for my hallway that I mentioned. It's one of the only things that I don't have completely done. I've started collecting pinned like insects, and I have an idea to put have almost like a gallery wall of those. I only have 2 so far, but that with an idea I got from TikTok. So hopefully at the end of fall I will eventually do that, because right now the thing that I got to start creating that art piece is actually a skeleton, like a fake skeleton from Home Depot, and it's in my car now as a funny haha passenger buckled into my car. So I'm leaving that for the Halloween season, but after that I'm gonna work on that art piece. Second thing is I do want to finally visit the Malloway Brothers shop. There's a number of witchy shops I've visited, and I have some favorites. One is in my neighborhood that I really like, which is Sideshow Gallery in Chicago. I really dig it. I have visited Alchemy Arts. A lot of people really like Alchemy Arts. I don't hate it there. It's just not quite my vibe. I don't love it as much as other shops I've been to. I love the vibes in Sideshow Gallery. It's like perfect. So that's my favorite shop so far. But a lot of people have talked about Malloway Brothers too, and I want to visit that shop, and I need to make it a priority to do so. It's probably like 25 minutes from my house by car. So that's why I haven't made it exactly a priority, but they recently had a grand reopening and like expanded their store, and I want to go visit. I want to continue the group hangouts. So for October, November, December, it's probably going to be easier because there are a lot of like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, Christmas parties that are happening. I do plan on hosting a couple of things. So my plan is to host a Samhain party because Samhain this year is after Halloween. Samhain is on the 4th of November, not on Halloween. So I do think I'm going to be doing some Halloween stuff. Then Samhain will probably be in the November thing with possibly a Friendsgiving. And then December will be like Christmas stuff. And I want to host a cookie party. And my friend that I mentioned earlier said that we could host it at his house. So do a cookie exchange party. So I have plans for this. Look at me. I have a little friend group. So cute. I want to continue the social media detoxes or just being a little more mindful about social media. I do need to start remembering to like put my phone away after work, all of that. The other piece of this that I didn't write down but I need to before I put this away is I think one of the reasons that I stay on social media longer than I want to after work is because I'm cooking dinner and the dinner cooking process takes so long. So what I really should do is some kind of like meal prep. I don't know when I'm gonna fit that in, and it's not meal prep for a diet reason. It's meal prep for like something I can reheat after work. Because I get off work at like 9, I take the dog to the dog park. We're usually there for an hour, then it's like 10 by the time I get back, and then I'm cooking something and I'm not eating until like 11, 11:30. Like it's a whole thing. And I feel like that would help my social media time if I just had something to heat up and eat, and then I could get into whatever other hobby thing I would get into after. So I'm gonna add that. I do have 2 rituals that I do want to do witchy-wise. So I want to do a Samhain ritual, obviously. I feel pretty confident about that since I did Mabon, like I mentioned, and then do something for Yule as well. I just really want to celebrate like Yule as well as Christmas. I still celebrate Christmas, but do something for like Yule, solstice, whatever. As I mentioned, I do want to finish that ACT course that I'm in. There also is a bunch of worksheets that we get with the course, and I want to organize those on my computer. It's like a minor thing. I want to get back to posting videos 2 times a week, either on this channel or on my other channel, on BookTuber here. I've fallen off the bandwagon with like scheduling and stuff and just like finding time, and I think the end of the year as it starts to get cooler again it'll be better, but I threw in a lot of stuff that I was doing like with work, and then I started Twitch streaming and then this, and I need to get back on the habit of like, I used to always film on a certain day. I'm kind of doing it right now actually, like it's Friday and I'm filming, but sometimes I do stuff on Friday. So I need to like figure out like, when do you bulk film all your videos like I'm doing today, so I can reliably upload 2 times a week, because I miss doing that. And I am reading more now, and like I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things. So you're welcome. I will be doing much more stuff on this channel, I'm hoping too, because I've fallen off a little bit with this too. Witchy stuff is coming back. I have some witchy books that I need to review that'll be coming up as well. Maybe some future tattoo stuff. I'm obviously not a tattoo expert. I have one. Well, I technically have 2. But I have plans for tattoos that I kind of want to talk about with people. They just think it'd be kind of fun, but I also don't want anyone to steal my ideas. So yeah, we have like personal life stuff that I think will be coming up as well. Hiking. I want to get into hiking way more. Fall is the perfect season for hiking in my opinion. So I'm trying to do hikes 1 time a month on average. So I'm not necessarily counting December as a hiking month because it's probably going to be shit weather, especially around here. Might be too cold at that point, but if I can hike on average once a month, so that means a couple hikes here and there, that would be fantastic. I already have a hike scheduled for October up in Wisconsin. I'm doing this hiking to kind of get in the groove and see if I like hiking enough to do like a national park trip. I want to go to either starting out Acadia, possibly the Redwoods, Sequoia, some of these, Olympic, and I want to make sure that I like hiking before I book a trip to a national park for a long weekend. I'm not camping in any of those national parks, hiking exclusively, then sleeping in a hotel or a cabin or an Airbnb. Then like I mentioned, I want to do some other kind of like exercise. So along with the lifting, hopefully twice a week-ish, also doing some kind of like yoga, mobility, hiking, whatever, as my extra thing for movement. And my last thing is to like officially create like an Explore Chicago list. I feel like now that I've been here a little over 6 months, I'm getting into this rut of like, these are the things that I like, and I want to be like, explore more stuff, go to more places, get takeout from different places that you haven't gotten it from yet, girl. Go to different cocktail bars. You live in a huge fucking city. So I need to like, here's what I want to do. There's also going to be a ton of like holiday stuff and pop-ups and whatever that I want to make sure that I do. Christmas in Chicago, guys. So excited. Okay, so I want to do that. that's definitely a thing for the end of the year. So that is it for my big goals. I might also do like in December my like end of the year trying to fit all these little tasks in kind of video, but this is my big overarching goals for the end of the year. So comment below, let me know how your like summer goals went. Let me know what you plan on doing before the end of the year for your goals. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.